Listen, I know that there's a lot of information out there, a lot of people that are teaching about what God's will is, but I want to take a different approach here today. Let's talk about what God's will is not. God's will is not for us to be spreading ourselves so thin that it's negatively impacting our health. Like the times where we try to have 15, 20 different things going on at once, and much like if we're having something on the grill, we're cooking 15 different things at once, and we're not paying attention to we're paying attention to one or two, but then those 13 or 14 other things we're not paying attention to. Something's bound to burn. Something's bound to burn, and that's your energy. You are bound to burn out if you are doing too much at once. I know that our society teaches us that we have to be a jack of all trades, but as the other part of that saying goes, you can be a jack of all trades, but you could also be a master of none. And if we do not learn the power of the two-letter word that not a lot of us like to use, and some people are uncomfortable using it or even hearing it, is no. We have to be able to set healthy boundaries. We have to get enough rest at night. How many of us are getting less than 6 hours of sleep a night? Better yet, how many people are getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night? Please like or comment in this section at the bottom of this video if you are not getting enough sleep. Because I feel as though, and this is something that is so important, and this is something that I really want you to pay attention to, lack of sleep will cause you not to be at 100%. And if you cannot be at 100%, how are we expecting to achieve 100% of what we're trying to do? Let's do that again. Let's say that again. If you are not at 100%, how are you expecting to give 100% of yourself to what you're wanting to do, or what you're needing to do? You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to have the same temperament. Your mood changes based upon the amount of sleep that you're getting. And we're spreading ourselves so thin that we're feeling as though we're in the will of God. And then here's another thing. You can be in the will of God by doing the things that he wants you to do. But your approach to it can also be outside of the will of God. It's just like if you get a recipe and you're trying to shortcut, or you're trying to take the scenic route. And we always quote Romans 8:28 when we're outside of the will of God. We're like, all things work together for the good. But then we mix that part up. We don't read the whole scripture, or we don't quote the entire scripture. All things, he causes all things to work together for the good, not for my good, not for your good, for the good. He is good. God is always good. So if he is good, and the things are working together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So this is for those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. How many of us have a calling on us right now and we're not using it? And we are continually doing all these other things that the world says is so important. We're chasing money, we're chasing positions, we're chasing these relationships that look good on paper or they feel good in the moment, but we're going about it the wrong way. We're going about it with the wrong methods. There's nothing that says, the Bible talks about relationship a lot, and I love to talk about it personally. It's one of the things that really gets me going. It makes me glow a little bit. I'm light already, but it really glows me even more, is relationship. But if we're going about it the wrong way, that puts us outside of the will of God. God's plan is for us to be in relationship with people, but what is the quality of the relationships that we have? Are we going about it and connecting with people because our hurt is what connects us? Or do they remind us of someone that hurt us and they eventually end up hurting us? We have to be able to look at things and realize what is the will of God, but most importantly, now that you know what is not, you can qualify the things that have happened in your life and that's going on in your life right now, where you're feeling tired, you're feeling drained, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're having mental health issues, you're needing counseling, you're wanting to be able to talk to someone about it, but you don't feel comfortable telling them about it because you feel as though you are doing what the will of God says. But what I'm telling you is that if you're burnt out, if you're stressed out, if your health is failing you, chances are you're not in the will of God. You're not in the will of God. As a matter of fact, let me correct that. You are not in the will of God if any of those things are happening to you. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is set boundaries and love yourself. Love yourself enough to be able to recognize that, hey, my method for doing this, God may have given me this vision, but I'm going about it wrong. We also quote, write the vision and make it plain. Write the vision, not write my vision. Write the vision. What has God told you that he wants to do through you? Write it down. Don't write down your side like, oh, I think I need to switch this word. No, write it as he told you. And a lot of the times we get that mixed up and we try to put our own twist on it. I've been guilty of that as well. But if you can relate to any of these things that just came through me, God has really placed that on my mind before I started recording this. Please like, comment, share. I really want to know your thoughts on this, about what is not in the will of God and how can we correct it as a community. I pray that you have a terrific Tuesday. I hope it's going well for you. If it's not going well, we still have some more time left, and you always have an opportunity to change it. Just speak it, believe it, receive it, and achieve it.